on to a part of the debate that might be a little bit triggering for a couple of folks here. It's transportation. So of course, Ottawa's official plan sets ambitious targets for walking, cycling, and transit, yet car dependence remains high, transit is struggling, and recent provincial rules make it harder to build bike lanes. And so the question is, what specific steps will you take to shift trips away from private cars and congested roads, including improving transit and active transportation, and how will you overcome or work around current provincial constraints on street design and adequate funding? It's a little tiny question. So who would like to answer? I believe everyone. Yeah, okay, everyone. Let's we'll start here. Or do you want to start? Yeah, I mean everyone's going to get a chance. So.
I'm on it.
Perfect.
Okay, so quickly, just I'm in the bike industry all my life, so I'd be a huge cycling advocate, but I'm not big into spending money on infrastructure. Basic bike lanes should be on side roads, definitely not on Laurier or O'Connor. I would remove those immediately. And the one thing I would do to promote bus and transit, because it's just not working, what I would do, I don't agree with lowering fares or lowering bus passes, but what I would do is offer 1 week free. I'd pick, like if it was coming September, pick a busy week and offer 7 days free transit on all bus, all LRT, and then investigate the numbers, figure out how much that would attract, and then ask everybody what would it take to get you to actually use transit and to cycle and walk to work. Thank you.
Thank you. Over to the next candidate. Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, what I will do from my side is don't widen any road within the system. When the roads are not widened, people will get frustrated and they will be away from the car. But only thing is we can achieve this one is if we have bus and LRT affordable and reliable. When it's reliable, only then people are going to shift from their current mode to LRT system or bus system. So these are the few things I will do it to move the people, because once the people, those who are in the car, if they are, for them, if the car is a necessity, they won't stay away. They will still driving car on the road. So to remove them from the system, only thing is just cut short the intersection. Don't modify that one, but cut down turning lane on that one. People will get frustrated and they will automatically move. That's the way I think it should go.
Thank you.
Testing. So I've never owned a car on principle because I want to help the environment, and I face challenges when I want to avoid using a car, like scooters. Like, where do I park them? Like, if we can make them easier and have them in more places, I bet people would be scootering all over around downtown, and it would help alleviate traffic. And also, I always have to decide, do I take an Uber or the bus? And I look at the Uber, and it's going to be $7, it's going to be 15 minutes, the bus is going to be $4 and take me an hour and a half. So if we can make the buses more attractive, you're more likely to take it. And I don't know why we don't have GPS trackers so you can actually see where the bus is, just like you can see where your Uber is, rather than, in the old days I would have to call the number on the bus stop and it would say when it's scheduled to come. But I don't want to know when it's scheduled to come. I want to know where it is right now. And then just something I thought of on the train the other day, it's like my phone's dying. If they had phone charger outlets on the train or the bus or the stations, just a little luxury that would make people go, yeah, you know what, I am more likely to take that because the transit system cares about me and it cares about my comfort, and it's another good option. So those are just some ideas.
To this question, I'm going to split it into 3 parts. Number one, I'm going to try to work very hard in order to stop uploading the city transportation to Metrolinx or to the province. Because it's an easy word to say, uploading. Uploading, they mean they want to sell it to them. Mr. Sutcliffe, he depend on it in order to get some money to refinance his campaign, which is, I'm not gonna allow this. Why? Because there is a huge difference. We have one authority and we cannot get it to work. Can you imagine if we're gonna have 2 authorities running the system? Give me a break. It doesn't work. And $40 million, $42 million, the province, they saying they're gonna pay. Mr. Sutcliffe, he said, 85 million. Where's that difference coming from? Somebody's gonna make some money on it. So I'm not gonna allow it. Simple. Number 2, the first thing, I'm going to fire the OC Transco management. For one reason, they're the one,
If you could just speak a
they
little bit more
dug us
closely.
into this hole. And can you imagine they're still digging and digging, and that hole's gonna get bigger and bigger. So, the only way if you're gonna solve the problem, get rid of them and get senior drivers from the city of Ottawa Transit, who knows the city inside out. We don't have to go to the United States to bring a manager to OC Transpo, where his wages $670,000 was, before he was getting in Toronto. Maybe I want to ask a simple question. Can he tell us how much Rick Leroy wages? It doesn't. He doesn't want to release it, so he's depending on it. Number 3, I want to make a special, the emergency lane. The emergency lane, it could be used, I've seen it in Australia in the rush hours, for buses and for emergency for taxis. Anything commercial could be going on it. So this way here, in order, until we could find a city, circles, in order to bypass the city like a ring road. And that's all what I have to say.
Just before we move on, I just want to clarify also, just to keep looking up at the timekeepers. And we're also going to refrain from any personal accusations. So let's keep it to a policy debate. Thank you. Please go ahead.
Thanks very much. We have to begin by accepting that we have a transit system in crisis. And that means that we need bold actions. Incremental changes will not cut it. That's why I've got a 4-point transit recovery plan, including Buck a Ride. And Buck a Ride is, thank you. Buck a Ride is the sort of bold, innovative move that we need at this time to get people back onto the system. And I want to be clear that we can do Buck a Ride at no additional cost to taxpayers. But if you want to hear more about the transit recovery plan, please come to the back of the room at the end of the evening, and we can talk a lot more about it. On active transportation, I don't think people understand the micro-mobility revolution that's coming. We heard about e-scooters. I actually came here tonight on an e-bike, and it was, quite frankly, the best part of the day, right? Getting out for a bike ride. And this is coming. We need to provide the safe infrastructure that allows people of all ages to feel comfortable riding a bicycle. And that is especially in the suburbs. This is where I think we're missing the most right now, is in the suburbs, providing the connectivity to the existing network that's there, and also to the LRT system. And that's where I really focus efforts in the term to come.
There we go, it's coming in, awesome. So I think I'm certainly in the latter half of my total 3-minute budget, so I'll also keep it very brief. I think the centerpiece of my campaign is my transit platform. I have a commitment. I am going to reverse the new ways to bus cuts. I am going to restore citizen representation on the Transit Commission. I am going to build transit priority lanes, small interventions, transit priority measures, as well as accelerate our bigger segregated bus infrastructure. And I'm going to give you a service guarantee. I'm going to tell you when the buses are going to arrive, and when we don't deliver the service, I am going to compensate you. With respect to active transportation, certainly, we have a plan at the city in our transportation master plan to which all councillors agreed. And when I am mayor, I am going to support staff when they go to build the projects that we have agreed to build. And I'm going to push back at Doug Ford. This term of council, I have been disappointed with Sutcliffe's unwillingness to tell the Premier what the residents of Ontario need in order to build a sustainable city, and I promise you a different approach. Thank you.
Testing. So I think we can all agree that we have a transit problem in Ottawa. That's not a secret, we all know that. And just like my colleagues, I have a huge plan for transit. One of the honest things that we have to be honest with ourselves, if we want people to get off their cars and take the bus, the transit needs to be reliable. Right now, it's not there at all. No one wants to take the bus because we know that it's not reliable at this point. What I bring to the table is I'm going to make sure that transit is going to be reliable. There's going to be actually a better schedule there for the people to take it, so people actually want to start taking it, especially with people going to government downtown. That's going to be huge, of course. And as well as making the schedule is there for the people, especially being able to know where your bus is. Now, this is not something that's going to be easy done, but the nice thing that I bring that a lot of people that don't have is that I spent the last 11 years studying OC Transport. I've been working in the system. I understand the unions, I understand the contracts that they have, I understand the management, and I understand what changes we need to do to OC Transport to change it. I'd like to use an example for how it is. It's like having a group of surgeons. They all are good. You have a foot surgeon, you have a thyroid surgeon, you have a heart problem. We know that our transit is not working. We need a heart surgeon that's going to fix it. We need somebody who understands the transit system, who understands the unions, who's actually going to be working with the province, with federal level as well, to make sure we have a capital that we deserve, a capital and a service that we actually are proud of having. That's something that I'm going to bring. It's not going to be just for myself. I'm going to be working with all the councillors as well as on the board, of course, as well as with OC Transport on all party levels. Because what's important is Ottawa deserves to have a public service that we're proud of. I remember when I first moved, Ottawa really does deserve to have a public service they're proud of. Because I do remember when I first moved to Canada, the buses had phenomenal schedule. This was over 20 years ago. And I know that's something that we can bring back. Obviously it's going to take work, but you need somebody who has experience, who actually understands how the system works. Would you go to a surgeon if they don't have any idea of what the job it is that they want to do? That's what I bring to you. I bring somebody who fully understands what the system is, how it needs to get fixed, and how to do it.